Samsung Pictures presents a Je-Gyu film production. Hi, I'm the Asian film fanatic, and this is my review of Shiri. The word Shiri is the name of a type of a fish found in both North and South Korea. The reference this movie makes is that even though they're separated, someday they'll reunite in the same dream. Many mark this action thriller as a start for a Korean new wave of cinema, a movement that started greater domestic and international interest in Korean film over the next decade. In terms of commercial success, this earned more at the box office than Titanic. In Korea, that is. For a brief moment, it was the highest grossing movie of all time there. The film is written and directed by Je-Gyu, who is also known for making the movie Je-kyu. Here's the plot. Ryu, played by Suk-kyu, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, is a special agent who tries to stop a rogue North Korean assassin named Hee. Along with his partner, Lee, they pursue a team of these terrorists. Always finding themselves one step behind, Ryu and Lee soon begin to suspect the mole in their organization. The mission leader of the North's Revolutionary Army is Park, played by Choi Min-sik. Shiri is a code name the North Koreans use during their operation. Park plans to start a war by stealing an experimental explosive and detonating it during an exhibition match between North and South. In addition, Yujin plays an essential role as Hun, Ryu's girlfriend. Composer Dong-Jun's music is okay. It's a somewhat modern score mixing synthesized and traditional instruments. The main motif is like a mix of mechanical beats, marching drums, and patriotic stanzas. There's a few occasional bright spots, though I prefer real instruments myself. The best parts are from the top of the hill scene, love theme, and the finale. Everything across the board is competent. The writing, directing, acting. If you're searching for a Hollywood blockbuster-style Korean film that's well done, look no further than Shiri. It is R-rated, mostly for some bits of gore and violence, but that's all. Slightly better than average, there's enough thrills, action, and character to keep you engaged. The story's not too dumb, not too smart, with just enough depth and emotion to make Shiri a satisfying piece of cinematic entertainment. Now I'm going to go over the entire movie with spoilers. They started in 1992, showing North Korea's elite soldiers training as the survival of the fittest. Everything's amped up to extremes. It's almost cartoonish. Live targets, gun assembly deathmatch, taekwondo, being treated like a dog. He is trained to be a sniper. It's like they ran out of people to kill and had to use mannequins instead. From then on, her role as an assassin consumes her identity. Lee and Ryu are on her killing spree case for years. They discuss Hee's absence until that's how bad the service is at Bennigan's. Fake out. It was only a dream. It's 1998. Ryu's girlfriend, Hun, works and lives at a fish shop. And sometimes he lives with her. Lee and Ryu fail to protect another informant, a black market weapons dealer. He, the assassin, is back. Back in North Korea, more agents from the rogue army prepare to get sent over.
조국 통일 만세. 조국 통일 만세. 조국 통일 만세.
조국 통일 만세. 조국 통일 만세. 조국 통일 만세. In a surprisingly non-awkward situation, Hun meets both guys for play and dinner. Ryu and Hun are engaged. After the meal, it starts raining, so they make a run for it. And then, what happened to Lee? Who cares? This aquarium bubble kissing scene is a sweet shot. You know Agent Lee's probably spying at them around the corner like a creep. The North Korean agents assassinate a National Defense Lab employee. The project he was working on is CTX, a new type of energy explosive weapon. The North Koreans disguise themselves and intercept it in transport.
아내하고 노닥거릴 시간 없어. 필요하면 허가증은 팩스로 보내주지.
I'll fax it to you. That was a joke, right? He's so funny. Maybe he was serious. Agents Ryu and Lee circle in their government helicopter, sponsored by Samsung apparently. After a textbook action movie gunfight, explosion and all, the North gets away with the CTX. It's kind of like the MacGuffin in the movie. Ryu and Lee start to suspect a mole in the organization. We learn CTX needs both heat and light to detonate. For some reason, a regular bomb just doesn't do this plot justice. After another incident with heat, they continue to suspect a leak. Park's team plants CTX in a building. He then calls OP, the intelligence agency, saying he has CTX placed all over Seoul, giving them a time and place for the first detonation. A team races to the tower, but they're too late. I'm slowly falling! Ryu grabs Han from the fish shop and places her in a safe house.
외출도 안 돼.
Oh look, a completely open bottle of wine, just waiting to be drunk. I thought I told you not to go out! Lee gets a phone call from Ryu to meet up. He says he has an informant who knows where the other CTXs are located and wants to cut a deal. Lee shows up alone and finds he's been suspected as a leak. Still, Park's unit arrives, and an exciting gunfight ensues. Chicky Cam crazy! A few get killed, but with Hee's help, Park grabs a hostage and... train cut. Ryu follows Hee and finds out she is Han. Ooh, good scene. I love the emotional pacing and Han Suk-kyu is acting when he finds out. You can just feel his devastation. And that's why Hee didn't kill him. Ryu finds out Han is a stolen identity. Park tells Han he sees confusion in her and gives her a gun to keep going or end it. He admits she failed and tries to kill herself, but there's no bullets in the gun. Now when someone gives you their gun, first things first, you make sure there are bullets in it. The whole scene is an impressive 3-minute continuous shot. Park forces her to refocus on their mission. Ryu visits the real Han at a hospital and finds out he befriended her. Okay, there's a couple of Korean stereotypes to summarize in this movie. Drinking, North Korean conflict, and plastic surgery. Park demands $10 million and a 747 jumbo jet. Lee finds out the fish are all bugged with microphones. He confronts Han. Most important question though is if he really loves Ryu. Ooh, that's a good breaking surprise. Lee dies, but learns that Park plans to target a soccer game between North and South Korea. Ryu tells his boss the plane demand is a bluff and races to the stadium. Park's team infiltrates the stadium's maintenance. They turn the lights on. Ryu sees them and gets captured. Park tells Ryu the People's Revolutionary Army just wants a war between North and South. His rationale is that while South Koreans prosper, North Koreans are dying on the street and are suffering horribly. The pain, frustration, and anger is so emotional in his contempt for spoiled South lifestyles, you could almost sympathize with the guy. Good to know he's a little more than a one-note evil antagonist. The South's special forces show up in time to save Ryu. No action movie would be complete without a hand-to-hand combat finale. Park gets shot and Ryu shuts the lights down. Seeing this, he tries to assassinate the leaders, but it's too late. Finally, she's confronted by Ryu in a tense standoff. When she doesn't stop, Ryu shoots her. Such a tragic figure, sad as it is, above personal life, duty played through. In debriefing, Ryu talks about his first meeting Han, the fishbowl plants, their engagement, her pregnancy. She never told him. Ryu compares Han to a multi-headed hydra, suggesting Han and he were two personalities of the same person.
오늘의 분단 현실이 널 히드라로 만들었어요.
Later, Ryu listens to an answering machine message of Han, warning about the CTX. She truly loved him at the same time, which is just heartbreaking. In the final scene, Ryu meets the real Han, learns more about the real he, and ends listening to her favorite song.
I could build a mansion that is higher.
So that's Shiri, a bittersweet action movie. It's a rather commercial film, which requires more suspension of disbelief than most, but it's still reasonably good for what it is. The clash between North and South often inspires a tragic sentiment for the yearning of unification. Shiri's brutal portrayal of Park soldiers seems like a single-note characterization, but that falls in line with the good-evil dichotomy of commercial movie storytelling. He's character, on the other hand, is more interesting because she shows some genuine shades of inner conflict. On one hand, she loves Ryu, and on the other, she has a patriotic obligation. As the heart of the story, he/Han makes us question, is there really a difference between someone from North Korea or South Korea? Is it possible for both sides to become intimate lovers despite being separated for over 50 years by politics and conditioning of war? Are they two personalities of the same body? The ending perhaps underscores that complication and the loss felt from both Koreas. Shiri is not a realistic nor intellectually deep film, but as an action thriller with a bit of drama and a bit of romance, I enjoyed it. For a few brief moments, I felt that heartbreak. We experienced the struggles, the sadness, and the loss. We imagined and we dreamt of what could have been. I'm the Asian Film Fanatic, and I'll see you later.